I'd like to share with you about CachyOS, which is the current operating system I use for all my daily tasks, whether it's work, it's play, programming, surfing the net. It is blazingly fast, customizable. I like it because I find that it is a lot better than Windows, which nowadays they like to slow your PC down by running advertisements in the start menu. They also, lock you and they don't allow you to customize your operating system. But I find that in CachyOS, there is more freedom to do the system and remake it to what you want. Now, Linux itself, it is not a single operating system. There are thousands of distributions out there, even some that you might not have heard before, and some that are very famous, such as Red Hat, running on the majority of servers worldwide. Now, on the PC or laptop home front, you might find that most people do not use Linux. The reason I would say is just sheer laziness, because people are very, very risk averse and they're also very lazy. So they don't really know that there are fast options out there, like software you can just download, you can use to make your PC a lot faster. You can't really do that on the Microsoft platform because you're straitjacketed into Windows direction about how you should do things and how you should operate. But with a free open source system like CachyOS, which by the way is not developed by a commercial entity, it's developed by just open source Germans and other programmers around the world. I myself find that supporting open source software will result in better quality of life when you're on the PC. It's like this browser itself, for example, it hides the address bar, so you don't have to keep seeing all this address, bookmarks, but at the same time, you still have the ability to quickly reveal them. Now, I'm going to shut down this PC just to give you a full experience of what CachyOS would be like for me every time I use it. So the process is very simple. Just start menu, shut down. To power it back up, press the power button on the laptop. But where many people would find their Windows experience would take them into a black screen, blue screen, red screen that's very ugly and just full of text. Here, our bootloader is fully customized by me. I've actually used a custom image generated by an AI. For advanced options, you can select between which kernel you want to use, whether it's long-term stable, LTS, or the regular, fast, high-performance CachyOS kernel. In firmware settings, I can actually go to the manufacturer's page. I would like to talk about snapshots. Snapshots are backups that are made automatically every single time we install software. Pacman, the package manager, will make a snapshot both before and after the software installation. And also, they will make a snapshot every single time you reboot your server or your PC in this case. So I have this many options on my bootloader which you wouldn't find on a regular Windows PC. And this is things that CachyOS actually comes with by default. So you can rest assured that you always have backups. And this is a feature that I don't see used in any Windows or Mac, not automatically at least. Going into my PC, I actually have the unique ability, because I've set it up, to run Android apps, Windows apps, and of course, Linux apps. This is my phone-like Waydroid desktop. I have all these widgets, calendars, weather, notes, and all these things. In fact, you can see that I can actually disable my start menu here. This is a smart dot, So this is not the same as my actual Windows dot, which I can actually reveal by scrolling down. Waydroid is not a virtual machine. I will explain more about what it is in another video, but what is important for you to know is just that it allows me the ability to run Android applications on my Linux PC. So that's quite amazing, right? Guess what? I can also run Windows applications on my PC, but again, I'm going to talk about this in probably another video, because how this works is really quite an amazing piece of technology. And I wouldn't want to go too much into technical details, because I just want to show you how it's like to use CachyOS on my PC. Waydroid, by the way, is pre-installed on, sorry, not pre-installed, but pre-configured in the Linux kernel with binders to support it. But you still need to do quite a lot of custom installation and configuration by yourself before your CachyOS PC will be able to run Android applications. Now, of course, I would just like to show how I could monitor my CPU memory usage, network, as well as hard disk. So I clicked here too fast, but that's okay. In this timer, I like to set it to 20 minutes, and the main purpose is to give me a way to look away from the screen, warning, look away from the screen so I don't spoil my eyes by looking at the PC all day. So we have to lock the computer sometimes because we want to go away. And you can see that my lock screen is also fully customized by me. And of course, I think you can also do the same thing on Windows or Mac. But what is a bit unique is that the logging out screen for CachyOS and also for Linux in general is not the same as the lock screen. And I would explain this as follows, all right? If you just lock your computer, you are still in the same desktop environment. And of course, you might wonder, of course, we're in the same desktop environment. That's because you're a Windows or Mac user, so you are not aware that actually you can select your desktop. In fact, your desktop is just an application. It's like an app you can download, an app you can install, and an app you can switch to. So once you log out in this CachyOS, you'll be taken to SDDM, which again, this is similar looking to your lock screen, but it is slightly different. This allows you to choose between different desktops that you have installed on your computer. So wow, what is this? Different desktops. Now I will just show you because you probably don't understand. You might think, well, I only have one desktop. Why would you need two desktops? But no, you can actually have as many desktops as you want on Linux. CachyOS gives you the full freedom to customize your PC according to how you want it to be. So Phosh is a desktop developed for tablets and phones. And you might say, okay, Linux phones and Linux tablets, that's quite interesting. So would I have a tablet experience? Yes, you bet you will. So you can see that this screen looks, similar to what you might find on a phone, except that my screen is a lot bigger, so it's not optimized for it. You can see my Waydroid is back online. When I press the bottom, I can actually reveal my app drawer. This works in very much the same way as it would on Android, except this is not Android, this is Linux, right? So I can go back to my terminal, I can launch any application I want, see my Waydroid here. I can, of course, launch the browser as well. So I'm using a browser called Zen, which is the one that I use because I like to auto-hide the start menu as well as the bookmarks. So when you don't see all these things, you are less distracted when you work and you can fully focus on the task that's on hand. This sounds like a very small thing, but in fact, once you use your PC 8 hours a day, it actually makes a very big difference in your mental health, it makes a very big difference in your energy and you won't get so tired when browsing for a long time. So I'm actually using Sora to generate all these images. It's AI, which can make things when you prompt them. I can just go to a few different websites just to show you how the experience on Zen browser is. It's also possible to download Zen browser on Windows as well as on Mac. Just that a lot of people are just very lazy, as I said before. People just use whatever comes with the computer. The most they know is Edge and Google Chrome. They don't know anything about niche browsers such as Zen. So for them, what they find is that if it works, why try anything else? In fact, when you don't try anything else, you actually find yourself very limited and you don't even know what you're missing. So I would like to just show you the notifications part, which is exactly the same as what you might find on a phone. And we're going to restart this computer again because Phosh Desktop doesn't have the ability to log out. It's because phones and tablets don't have the ability to log out either. That's why Phosh did not come configured it. Now we're going to do a full boot process once again. And this time I'm not going to interrupt the Grub menu. So after 5 seconds, it starts booting up like normal, and it doesn't take a very long time before CachyOS boots up fully into the operating system itself. This is because, as I said before, this is a blazingly fast, very customable OS. And, I'm just going to end the video once we reach the desktop because there's not much to say more. Thank you very much.